I'm going on an African vacation. After landing in Cape Town, my vacation officially began. In Cape Town, I was able to visit the Castle of Good Hope. I learned that the castle was beginning to be constructed in 1666. The fortress included 5 bastions, each named after titles of Willem. As I toured the castle, my tour guide mentioned that the fortress was almost sold under the power of the British for £83 and 34 pence. My second stop in Cape Town was to Camps Bay. Camps Bay is located along the Atlantic Ocean and is at the foot of the 12 Apostles mountain range. While I was in Cape Town, I was privileged to stay at a 5-star hotel. As the car climbed 3,500 feet above the city below, it gave me a rotating view of my surroundings. I decided to spend some time alone. This led me to Boulder's Beach. There I spotted African penguins. These penguins can dive underwater for 2.5 minutes. The next stop on my visit was the well-known Kalahari Desert. My tour guide aided me and discovered the geography and wildlife of Galagadi Transfrontier Park. At the park, I observed lions in their natural habitat. I took notice how the females were the primary hunters while the males defended the territory, which could stretch for miles. Next, I took note of gem sparks. From my guide, I was informed that this creature is a species of oryx. My guide also mentioned that the animal can control its internal body temperature to reduce perspiration. The park itself covers roughly 22,000 square miles. Most of the park lies in Botswana, and the other parts lie in South Africa and Namibia. Half of the Botswana portion of the park was sold for gas fracking. The Kalahari Desert's terrain consists of red sand dunes, scarce vegetation, scattered trees, and dry riverbeds. After my trip to the Kalahari Desert, I chose to go on safari at Chobe National Park, which is in Botswana. Here, I found puku antelope drinking from the Chobe River. This breed of antelope can grow to 31 inches to the shoulder and weigh up to 175 pounds. I observed African buffaloes roaming near a water source. I was informed that this buffalo can live up to 20 years in the wild. Next, my tour guide showed me a Korean bird eater in the Suino-Dila area. I saw 2 to 5 eggs, and a nest that was about 3 to 6 feet wide. I also spotted elephants roaming the area. I learned that they can live up to 70 years old in the wild. The ivory tusks of an elephant can reach up to $1,500 on the black market. In the Lanyanti swamp area, I saw hippopotamuses. My guide informed me that these animals can live up to 40 years old in the wild, and the population of this creature is slowly declining. The weight of this animal can range from 2,900 to 4,000 pounds. I spotted a red-billed hornbill in the Savuti area. This bird can have a clutch size of 3 to 5 eggs. I was fortunate that I visited Victoria Falls. The Zambezi River flows through Zambia, Angola, Namibia, and Botswana, and back along the border of Zambia and Zimbabwe into the Indian Ocean through the Mozambique Delta. At the falls, I went whitewater rafting, and I took an evening helicopter flight over the falls. After an exhilarating day at Victoria Falls, I stopped at Cabello National Park. At this park, I spotted chimpanzees. The park has 1,450 chimpanzees, which is Uganda's largest population of this nearly extinct creature. I also spotted a red colobus monkey eating charcoal. This monkey consumes charcoal or clay to reduce the cyanide leaves contain. With my binoculars, I spotted a crowned eagle flying roughly 9,800 feet in the air. Next, I spotted the weaker, which is one of 21 species of antelope. This species of animal develops a strategy when it detects danger. The animal will crouch in heavily wooded areas to avoid being spotted or accessed by predators. It also has short legs and a narrow snout, which makes it fit for navigating through thick shrubs and trees. After I spent the majority of my trip in the wild, I decided to take a break and observe the urban life of Africa. Here, I experienced a mix of wealth and poverty. I learned that 4 million people were living in poverty in the overcrowded city. The government of Kenya has declared a national food emergency. Some additional facts are 42% of its 42 million population live below the poverty line. 3.75 million Kenyans and 150,000 refugees are in need of humanitarian assistance. On the other hand, the city has a handful of casinos. A well-known casino is Millionaire's Casino, which has 95 state-of-the-art slot machines. I was feeling a bit foolish and dangerous. Consequently, I visited Mogadishu, Somalia. There, I observed a few tourist attractions. First, I visited Lido Beach. I watch out for the gunmen patrolling the area. From the beach, I went to Lazigil, which are cave formations. I found this in the outer region of Somalia and Hargeisa. Last but not least, I visited Timbuktu in Mali. Here, I was able to see the Quranic Sankor University. This school studied the Quranic and Islam, along with literature. During the 12th century, a study showed 25,000 to 100,000 people in the area studied there. Next, I visited Jinjabir Mosque. It was constructed by the order of Emperor Musa I over 700 years ago. The emperor built it on his return trip from Mecca in 1327. I had a blast on my vacation. I learned much about African geography and culture. I hope I can take another vacation similar to this soon. The end.